good. Beer is good. Beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
All right, it's 937 KZ, the Craft Beer Buzz. Welcome back. We're at round 3 of the Carnage round. I'm Tommy T, along with...
Oh, Misty.
Oh, and Chuckerdoo.
And Brett.
Ben.
From Great Divide Brewing Company. And we've had like 15 beers here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, amongst all of us,
Right.
not just each person.
Well, let's see here.
we would die.
Maybe.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
we're at 20.
20, okay.
Yes.
Here's beer 20. There you go.
Which we've had this a while ago, and I love this beer for many reasons. We are drinking the KAZY IPA from Great Divide. There's only a couple places around town you can get this on tap. You won't find cans because this has a super short shelf life. Man, I can't believe I said that without stuttering.
Yeah, I think you stuttered.
I was stuttering through that whole sentence. But the can, this I think is the most beautiful can art I've ever seen. Like, that might be my first tattoo ever. Right on the tramp stamp area.
Wow. What,
You know,
a road going up?
Well, there's this
or down?
beautiful
Oh.
road. It's like turquoise and copper. You've got kind of like the
It is a
Volkswagen
beautiful can.
Westy looking
Yeah.
van on there with the
Yes.
Yeti driving it. There's a Roadrunner. There's beautiful desert landscapes. All kinds of stuff. Did you not get any, Ben?
He's got
He
two.
was hiding them. He's got two.
But
It's
yeah,
his favorite.
delicious hazy IPA, and it has a short shelf life because the I'm going to go into a tangent. You guys want to talk about your own?
All right.
beer?
Tangent by Chuckerdoo.
Tangent. Go.
Okay.
Tangent, go.
So the hazy IPAs, the traditional coming out of the East Coast, typically don't last as long because the particulate that is in suspension in this beer starts to break down, and so West Coast style IPAs are more crisp and they're more citrusy, or they're more piney, where the East Coast style are more juicy, and the beer just doesn't last as long. It doesn't have as long of a shelf life. Something I've never asked before, there's a lot of hazies that are being produced now where it's using oats or something else for that hazy particulate. Is Great Divide using yeast or oats, or what brings the haziness to this beer? I'm assuming it's yeast because the shortened shelf life.
Yeah, it's.
Or am I getting too deep here?
No, you're good.
Totally nerding out.
We definitely don't use any oats or anything like that. What you're seeing is yeast.
Okay.
And then we also just don't filter it quite as much. So
Yeah.
it still sits a centrifuge, but it doesn't quite go through the whole filtration process.
So you said
So-
like the differences between the two is like one was like juicy and the other one was like citrusy, but I'm getting like a juicy grapefruit. Like, what is that
Yeah.
then?
The juicy.
Okay. That's a
It's a
juicy?
juicy IPA.
Okay, it's really
To
good. I
Chuck's
like
point,
it.
it isn't shelf stable where you can have it out on a warm shelf or out on your kitchen counter. This needs to be cold stored to keep the freshness, to keep that taste profile alive. So it's something that is with most hazies that it needs to be drank as soon as you get it. So don't try to store this over the summertime. And,
Don't age
don't
this beer.
age this beer.
in the
This
trunk
is
of your car.
this is meant to be bought and drank as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You'll get the highest quality taste profile.
Nice.
Yeah, and it is delicious. I
Oh,
love
very delicious.
everything about this beer.
Doesn't have quite the hoppiness as the Hop Knot,
Right.
but
Right.
still really goes down smooth.
And
Yes,
that,
it does.
Definitely.
that had me a little nervous because like with the hop knot, it's like a double, like it's a very hoppy beer.
It's a
Yeah.
kick in
But
the face.
like when you smell this one, it's almost kind of like I was scared. I thought I was gonna get the same like kick in the face, but it's pleasantly surprising.
Yeah.
It's very nice and smooth, and it doesn't give you that bitter like in the cheeks. So I like it.
Yeah, it's ridiculously drinkable. So, yeah, I was excited to jump into this because, yeah, this beer just speaks to my soul. Everything about it is just so good. Branding, all of it. It's just fantastic. So
You can only find this beer where? At a couple places here in Cheyenne.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah, there's we're going to throw this out,
Yep,
but
yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings is you can get that all the time there. And then that, or you can run down to the tap room, which we were going to talk about as well, which is right up the road from us. It's not that far. I mean, it's like, I think from here, if we left right now, we could get to the brewery in 50 minutes.
50 minutes?
I think so.
I'd be driving fast, but I like
Those
your...
are Wyoming speeds.
Well, if we don't,
That's no traffic. That's
all right,
driving
I'm telling
traffic.
you right now.
Okay, but the third place, where else can they get it? Because you said Buffalo Wild Wings and their tap room.
And their tap room.
Every now and then, we'll have draft pop in if there's a bar owner that's like, okay, yes, I want it. We'll throw it in there because we know it's going to show up. It's going to go on tap, and we're going to kill it.
So it's only
Yeah.
on tap here in Cheyenne.
Correct.
right.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
But speaking of tap rooms,
Thank
Yes.
you.
jump in there. For those of you that don't know, Great Divide is a Denver brewery, only 50 minutes away.
Short 50
the
minutes
blood,
away.
But we have 2 tap rooms downtown Denver. If you're ever at a Rockies game, you can find us about 2 blocks away in
nice.
downtown Denver, right by Coors Field. And then we just opened up our second tap room location in River North District. So River North Rhino is what people call it in Denver, which is only about a mile from Coors Field, downtown Denver. And then just recently, this last spring, opened up our 3rd location in the airport. So if you're flying out of Terminal C, Southwest, in the Denver airport, stop by Great Divide.
Which I'm always in.
This is my pitch.
Nice.
Stop by the Great Divide Tap Room and Kitchen.
Again, it's only 50 minutes away from
Okay,
Cheyenne.
I was wrong. I was off by
Hey.
40 minutes.
The airport is not that
It's an
far.
hour and 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or-
It isn't that far. So
It really isn't.
come check us out.
He's backwards.
You can find us a lot of locations here in Cheyenne and all over Wyoming, Colorado, and about 32 states, 7 countries. So if you're traveling abroad, keep a lookout for us.
Oh, you mean
But-
like traveling overseas? Oh,
Yes, traveling abroad.
Traveling abroad.
Oh,
No.
okay, gotcha. I'm
Chuck.
Misty.
He was trying to show me up on his little 12-year-old perverted mind. Traveling abroad.
I can only try. I can only try.
Oh, man.
So what's everybody's favorite?
Oh, mine's that chocolate. Actually, is there any more of that chocolate?
Mexican
Yeti?
Yeti?
If
Yeah,
there is,
there
I
is.
would actually rather
Go
like
get
to
it,
have
girl.
that.
Yeah, so we have the Mexican
Even though
Yeti.
it's a leaky seal.
It was leaking. It's. I mean,
Can I
a,
help
a leaky Yeti is still a good Yeti. You
Right?
you take it how you can get it.
It's like pouring like motor oil.
Of
I don't know
course,
how
a
you-
Yeti, you take it as you can get
you
it.
take it as you can get it.
That's on my license plate.
So we heard about. Take it like I can get it.
Well,
We heard about your Yeti experience on a motorcycle when you started on fire, when you fell
no,
off.
I was
burst
yeah.
through
afraid.
flames,
to
and you were
catch on
driving through
fire.
town on fire, remember? With your
I
Yeti
wasn't on
costume
fire.
the back of a bike?
I was
like how the
afraid
story
of
keeps
being on
escalating.
fire. I was afraid of being on fire, and I was afraid of the Yeti costume like getting wrapped up in a chain or something like that, and then me showing up like half, like top of me being a Yeti and the bottom half just being naked
Sorry.
on a motorcycle. That and being on
Be the
fire
same, don't be
were
able
my
to tell
biggest
the difference.
fears. Totally, you're right. Like, man, that guy's hung like, well, not a Yeti. Certainly not a Yeti.
Oh dear God!
But,
my stomach.
Yeah.
This is what 20 beers does.
Yeah, welcome to Carnage Round.
That was
Brett,
super
how many
fun.
times have you donned the Yeti suit?
I've done the Yeti suit twice. I'm a
From the small clan of Yeti.
yeah, I'm a solid 5'7", and there are not many 5'7" Yetis out there.
The baby.
I'm baby Yeti.
Yes, yay!
So I prefer not to don the Yeti suit unless I have to, but you know.
And you don't want to start on fire either.
Exactly.
So.
That's
Okay.
never good. It's never good.
Ben, how many times have you been in
I was
the
about to
suit?
say, you're the stunt man. I'm sure
Man,
you've had the.
I'm sure you have been on fire in the Yeti suit, actually.
She'll be in it tonight.
He's been on
so-
fire without
I'll
the
be
Yeti
in it
suit.
tonight, apparently. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, quite a few times. Quite a few times. I think that's it's just something that
Comes with the job, yeah.
Comes with the territory. Hop in the Yeti suit, run around, high five,
Yeah.
and yeah.
How did the Yeti start? Like, what is, like, there's got to be a story behind, and I'm sure it's on every can, and I just can't remember reading the story. But how did, like, that name start for your beer?
I don't even know.
Before our time, but we
Yeah.
can start a story.
Sure.
Ooh.
Where
Sure.
the owner and founder Brian Dunn was
Nursing
camping.
off of a Yeti,
Yeah.
Oh,
and was like, "This
Yeti.
is delicious. We should make a beer out of this."
well, he would hopefully be an infant if he was nursing off of a Yeti.
No, you don't have to do
No.
that. You can. There.
No, okay, he's a grown man.
I think he was just
Can we
lost
say
in
that
the
on the
woods
radio?
and was dehydrated.
I don't know.
and-
The Yeti nursed him back to life.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Yeti nursed him back to life.
I get it now. Okay.
And
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's dark, thick lactation. Was like I should can
Never mind. I
this.
don't want this.
I may be like wrecking Yeti
You are
sales
actually.
across. So dark, thick lactation. I'm sure you can say that on the air as
Oh,
well.
you can say that on the air.
All right, that's fine.
But I'm sure they would rather talk about being located in several different countries and airports and where you can buy their beer, as opposed to talking about lactation.
Lactation is just part of the sales pitch.
And the circle of life.
Oh my gosh.
So okay.
So
Well,
should we end about here?
yeah, why don't I just go ahead and apologize for a second? Apologies with Chuck. And that's in the show.
All right.
Well,
Hey,
we've
we-
had a great time today, and thanks very
We
much for our
appreciate
guests
it. Thank
coming
you very
on.
much.
Thank you very
Brett
much.
and Ben from Great Divide Brewing Company. And the podcast will be up on YouTube here soon.
Cool.
Cool.
Excelente.
It's Craft Beer Buzz.
Cheers.
937 KZ.
Freaking cheers, guys. I like that.
Freaking cheers.
Freaking cheers.